Good afternoon, everyone. In our FTTT block, we mainly divided few things as agricultural crops and horticultural crops, IFS. Mainly in agricultural crops, cereals and pulses and different varieties and different crops and based on their yielding time and all. And later in the horticultural crops, mainly the vegetables and also in the kitchen garden and exotic crops. And later in the IFS, we have done about the farm pond, azola unit, compost pit, and these things which are mainly helpful to the farmers in those villages, as they were only mainly growing about the flower crops. Our main motive was to so that they should grow some agricultural crops so that the yield will be more and they will also get some profit. And all for this purpose, we mainly done this program.
So we just mentioned like what are the components we just demonstrated in the FTTP park. The things what we learned over there is first is seed treatment. Like if you treat the seeds well with we treated with Trichoderma microbial consortia and Rhizobium. So what difference it makes is like if you treat the seeds with these things, the germination percentage will be and we know what are the advantages we're gonna get it apart from like without the treatment. And the other thing what we learn practically is like land preparation, like how you need to prepare for land. For agriculture crop it's different and for horticulture it's different. Like for horticulture you need to raise a bed, like raised bed preparation is required. For agriculture it's not required, like normally you can do a line sowing, and for different crops the spacing differs and we learn like how much spacing we need to give. And then like for exotic crops like we bought and we like transplanted for example if you take about agriculture crop, we have some like different varieties. It like we just gave a line sowing and later like we need a transplanting, like we just theoretically we learned like this after some days like we need to go for transplanting of like thinning out. They're like practically involved over there, like how to do it, and we learned. Then later it comes to the weed management, like at what time like we need to take away like weeding and other things.
Yeah, as Harshita you said, we have learned many things. Actually in this college like we had one course, that experimental plot. There we just learned only like how to grow in smaller area. But when we went to Rave, like farmers, like we learned many things from farmers, like how to prepare land and all, and they also suggested this spacing that should be given, everything, and also the pest management. They asked to like put mulch for every crop in horticulture crop, and disease management, everything we learned. And even the we started to use the chemicals which farmers were using in that region. And we also like we learned practically the azola cultivation. Actually we were not knowing that, and how to apply these menus and all those things we didn't like, we had no practical knowledge about that. And kitchen garden, we done organic farming there, and actually and maybe the problem might be in the seeds, but we learned like how nothing should be added, like nothing should be applied to those crops and all, and we demonstrated many technologies there.
And also we learnt field level knowledge, which we earlier we have, but not that much extent. So we learned that field level knowledge, and we introduced new varieties which the farmers didn't know. They are going with traditional varieties, and we introduced new hybrids and new varieties, and we introduced exotic crops also, and we established kitchen garden. That also helps farmers. They are very much now they are very interested, I hope. And we have to go with and we introduced fodder crops also. That also helps to upliftment of dairy farm there.
ನಾವು FTTP ಪಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇದು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಇದು ದಂಟು ಸಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತು ಬೀಜದ ದಂಟು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಮತ್ತು ಆಯಿಲ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರೈ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂದ. ಅದನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು FTTP ಪಾರ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರಿಂದ ಏನು ಕಲ್ತ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಇದು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು ಕ್ರಾಪ್ನ ತೊಗೊಂಡು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಕ್ರೈಸಾಂಥಿಮಮ್ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಕ್ರೈಸಾಂಥಿಮಮ್ ಹಾಕಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರೈಸಾಂಥಿಮಮ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆದರು ಅದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ. ಜನರಿಂದ.
ಮೇನ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಇವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಜನರಿಂದ ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇವನು ಹೇಳ್ದ. ಮೇನ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ಇವನು ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಬೆಳೀತಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಈಸಿ ಆಗೋದು ಅವರಿಗೆ. ನಿಯರ್ ಬೈ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ಹೈದ್ರಾಬಾದ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಅದರೊಂದು ಮನಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರು ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ನೇ ಜಲ್ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಕಳ್ತರು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಹಾಳಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಹಾಳಾಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬದಲು ಅವರು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹೈ ಯೀಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇಗ ಅವ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಪಡಿಬೋದು ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಸಾಯಿಲು ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಾಳಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕಿಚನ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಮತ್ತು ಎಕ್ಸಾಟಿಕ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಸುಮಾರು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಟಿಕ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಮಲ್ಚಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವರೇ ಬಂದು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಏನೇನಿಂದ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರು ಈಗ ಬಂದಮೇಲೂ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತು ಅದು ಅಜೋಲಾ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಜೋಲಾ ಪಿಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ರು ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಜೋಲಾ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತು
And again, we forgot about this biofuel. We created awareness about those biofuel, and we grew we have grown surahonne, pongemia. That was also one component in our FPTDP park. And advices we can give for next planning for this.
Before we start sowing, we have to fix with a date that what are the exhibition date. Otherwise, date may extend, and we cannot
Everything will not go
everything
hand by
will hand in hand. So, and there may be climate factors that we have to adjust with the climate, and farmer support is also most important in to successfully complete our FTDP plot. As the name indicates, farmers participation of farmers is one of the most important thing. But in our village, the initial days, the farmer support was very nice, and later it was declined because of some reasons. It may be they're not interested in that particular crops what we are suggesting. They're more interested in flower crops. So for next FTDP parks, some local crops may introduce. That will also we should suggest to next our juniors, or if any chances is there.
Yeah, I do have one advice that when the students were allotted to that region, that university should make sure that what are the crops they are growing, and what crops, what seeds should be there in seed kit. That's the one thing I want to advise.
And when it comes to seeds, the good quality seeds should be given from the college. Otherwise, the first impressions will build. Seeds is not good. What crops they are going to grow, like that, bad impression will build when seeds was.
We faced in this cowpea KBC 18. Right?
But the
I need
thing
to add
is,
up
in
one point.
sunflower also the seeds were very good. As you can see, the yield was also
KBSH
good.
85, yeah.
KBSH 85.
Wait, I need to add one point. We demonstrated different varieties of ragi and other millets. Okay, but their region they only specified with flower crops. Monoculturing was the practice. When it is demonstrated with the different varieties, they were amazed. Oh, yeah, these crops can also be taken over here and we can be cultivated. And our university also should take care, need to study about those villages. If they are growing up many flower crops, and they can introduce some other varieties of flowers, because they are so obsessed with growing those things. When they introduce other varieties of flowers, these are the different colors, from IHR they can get some varieties, and if they introduce there, okay, these are some varieties are there, we can grow, and their market demand will also be good. So it will be advisable and also effective way for them.
ಈಗ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಸನ್ಫ್ಲವರ್ 4 ವೆರೈಟಿ ಅವಸರ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇರೋ ಜಾಗಕ್ಕೆ 1-2 ವೆರೈಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅದರ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗಾದರೆ ನೆಕ್ರೋಸಿಸ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು, ಮತ್ತು ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಫೇಲ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಆ ಥರ ನಾವು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ವೆರೈಟಿನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು 4 ವೆರೈಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್.
And recommended dose of fertilizers irbodu, recommended doses of pesticides application irbodu.
And actually everything was going good. When we got that cyclone, it was very everything went with the wind. Okay.
And also due to heavy
rainfall, we lost many crops like chia. We couldn't exhibit that during exhibition, during that program field day, and even this cucumber. like
And also
we
main
lost.
things which we have learned in that is practical how that can be done. As we were not having much knowledge about the practical things, we learned a lot in the
Yeah,
practical.
what farmer how farmer will go through this debt we have learned. And the conclusion is, I think I want to conclude this. Okay, it's good FPTDP Park. The demonstration of technology to farmers in villages is a very good idea, like which has come newly to us, which was not happening before. But the university and the teachers should make sure that technology should be given along with the seed kit. They should give the suggestions, like we can't by our choice we can't do everything. If we do also, some will be successful and some will not be, then we'll get, and university will get blaming from the farmer. This is the thing I want to conclude.